So, I just saw Superman 2025, and I did not think I would like this movie. Not anything against Superman as a whole, it's just never really been my style. I saw the original one when I was a kid, the 1978 one. I saw the sequel when I was older, but then I just saw reviews and other things for the rest. Then I saw Superman Returns, with Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, with the memeable wrong, and I thought, this is weird. And then I never saw Man of Steel. In fact, I don't think I ever saw Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman, now that I think about it, except as an additional scene at the end of Black Adam. What a weird place to know him from. So I had no thoughts going into it. The only thing that was a clue, it was held over for an extra week in our theater. Now, our theater only holds 3 movies at a time. So usually you get a week to see stuff unless it's super popular. Held over for a week because it was #1 movie in America? I may check it out. Jenna Fischer's ex did a fantastic job of directing and writing this thing. At least, that's how I recall it. I do apologize if some of the information is inaccurate. I just saw the title crawl and went, oh, that makes sense. He's not only helming the entire new DC EU attempt, but he's really spearheading that first effort. And I think it worked out great. James Gunn actually gave me something to care about with Superman. He's always been this untouchable Boy Scout in a lot of the other portrayals. Oh man, Superman Returns especially. They literally have him being shot in the eye and the bullet just bends. I mean, that's what would happen. But it's kind of funny because he just stands there and doesn't react to stuff. That's his thing. People try to take him down and they can't do a thing. You start out this movie knowing that Superman has limitations, which I think was very smart. They build up the Fortress of Solitude, they create the mythos around Krypto, they share the mythos around Krypto, very, very briefly. He's a superpowered dog. That's all I know. And apparently he belongs to Supergirl, who in this stage is a partier. Oh, I'm sorry, there's going to be spoilers all over the place for this. So, once we get past the fact that this opens with a crawl of text, I actually enjoyed the way they did this. It's the rule of 3s, as in start each of your text lines with the number 3 and make it a bit going all the way down. It's entertaining. But Superman is defeated at the very start of the film. He's already in his outfit. You already know he works for the Daily Planet. By the time you're, I think, about 10 minutes in, it's made clear that he's well established there. This movie proves that you don't need to do an origin story in order to have a superhero franchise launch, especially when it's one that has been done to death. I mean, how many people don't know Superman's origins? They have a little bit of a message recap with a little twist, and I liked how they did that, but this feels like the second movie in a franchise. And I think that was brilliant of them to do. You start off already having him be a familiar presence at the Daily Planet. He's got some familiarity to the people around him. He's not just starting his superhero career, he has a reputation. He's already stopped a war from happening. Major plot point for later on. Like, that was part of the text crawl, and I thought, okay, what's this? I don't care about this. But that I don't care about this became the crux of the climax of the movie. Brilliant scripting. I'm really surprised, because I thought at first, having quips by Superman, I mean, I rub my nose for a reason. It's just an uncomfortable thought. It doesn't really line up with a lot of his character, because he's done one-liners. He does the respectable one-liners, the big punny type of jokes, and it's always delivered with the broad chest and the, you understand. He always comes across as superior. This just feels like a guy who's trying his best. He has a huge swath of powers, but the powers don't really do anything to help him with certain problems he's facing. These powers are ultimate within a physical situation that he's in, But he is in a political situation for a lot of the film. And social media really messes with Superman's ethos. If you had Superman in a social media platform, what would he possibly say? How would people react to him actually doing stuff? It's funny to see that play out on screen, because he loses a lot of his confidence in how people perceive him doing his job based on reactions that are happening online. I mean, he's only human looking after all. And that's what I really love about this portrayal. All of the actors give their all. I think that they perfectly cast Lois Lane. She was phenomenal. She didn't get a huge part, but she got a good amount of scenes with enough time to establish the important things. We didn't need to do Lois and Clark. We didn't need it to be the Lois show with Clark as a sidekick. Clark is barely in the movie. But you know who is in the movie quite a bit? The Justice Gang. Green Lantern, played by Nathan Fillion. I got a new favorite Green Lantern movie. It's called Superman. I'm here for that portrayal. It's fantastic. All of the other metahumans that are brought in, they're brought in very organically. You see that this plot knows what it's going to do from the very beginning. I can't wait to see this a second time, because I have a feeling it's going to be so much more rewarding at the start of the movie when you know exactly where it's going by the end. You're like, oh, this is all swimming towards a very specific current. It wraps up plot beats right there, full circle. I literally turned to my friend Sarah and said, hey, I think this movie just went full circle with that final message. And literally did. All around Superman was the point made perfectly clear. Oh, I enjoyed it immensely. The new character that I was unfamiliar with, and maybe this is me being all wet and not knowing a lot about DC, Mr. Terrific lived up to the name. Crypto the superpowered dog? Basically, he has Superman's powers, but he's a dog. I thought at first this is purely audience baiting. This is showing how Superman interacts with an animal who's of equal power to him. How can he be more relatable to audiences? Oh, he's having trouble with a dog. I mean, that's a pretty clear way to try and get some kind of empathy going with Superman. This dog turned out to be a super important piece of the puzzle in a way that I did not expect at all until the end was upon us. And it was great. I think that's going to be my summation. This movie was great. Even Jimmy Olsen was given a fantastic character development. I mean, Jimmy Olsen mattered. He wasn't just the cub reporter at the side here who's always going to get like kidnapped or something. No, he was crucial to the way that the end of the movie played out. And good old Renfield as Lex Luthor, the most evil, conniving Lex Luthor I've seen. And it was effortless. He did not make me think, oh, you're going over the top with this. I believed everything he did. I understood the character's motivations from the start, and at the end, when it was made transparently clear, I was all for his portrayal of this. He was ludicrously evil, and yet understandable in why he was doing what he was doing. I love this movie. I love a Superman movie. I don't think I've ever said that before. So, good job. This is a great start to the new launch of the DC universe. I don't know how it's going to progress from here. DC tends to be slower with its rollout, but the fact that they didn't tie in the deleted scenes at all to any future shenanigans, Sarah said that was actually a specific choice by James Gunn, because, you know, he didn't like the fact that if you do something in that deleted scene, it automatically directs the current for the next film, even if plans change or people aren't receptive to the idea. Well, you're committed now. It's already in the film. So the two deleted scenes, it's just a comedy bit and an extra shot that is didn't break my heart, but it just warmed it. Okay, it warmed my heart up to see Superman and the dog, and it was gorgeous. That's what deleted scenes used to do on DVDs. You'd see just these little moments that they wanted to add in, but they didn't have the time. It didn't quite line up. How do you fit this into the script? Turn those into the extra scenes in the credits. That's great. You have a beautiful artistic shot you want. It doesn't fit anywhere in the movie. Put it in the credits. I mean, we've already had bloopers in credits forever. Why not just take the extra step and say, we have some extra stuff in this movie that matters to the tone and the characters of this movie, but we didn't have a space for it in the narrative as planned. Throw it in as a deleted scene. You don't have to have it be a blooper, just have it be that extra moment. Have that little coda with a character. I think this is a great way going forward. I'm excited to see the new direction. Of course, I don't know any of the other projects because I've been very disconnected from all superhero movie stuff for probably 10 years. Yeah, I didn't even see the Avengers Endgame. One of the most popular movies that came out, one of the most successful Marvel movies ever. By that time, I'd already kind of said, I kind of checked out. Sorry, there was just too much to keep up with. And as soon as they started releasing stuff on Disney Plus, man, I fell way behind. I don't think I'm ever going to catch up on Marvel, and I don't think I care to. If DC is going to put out this kind of quality in its films going forward, I'm on board. I'm waiting to hear what's the next DC movie. This is the last thing that Marvel wants to hear from someone who used to be like, oh yeah, I'll watch Batman movies, but other than that, I don't really care about much DC. Now I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what else they do with their characters. I want to see more. I want to see them bring more of these small characters out of these secondary roles and into the limelight. Mr. Terrific lived up to the name. I want to see more of him. He actually reminded me of the main character in Black Summer. And it was a one-off comic back in like the late 2000s. And they were actually bad guy superheroes. He's not a bad guy, but the way that he interacts and uses his powers, very similar. So I don't know if that was inspiration at all, but I loved the choices that they made with their characters. I don't think I had a single issue with this movie. Aside from the very big meta nod at the end, where it's like, oh yeah, Lois, she's been seeing Superman. Says the chief of the newspaper and Jimmy Olsen to one another. Yeah, for a couple months. Okay. I mean, I said this is basically the second movie in a franchise, but I don't know if we need to jump that far forward where everyone already knows that those two are involved, when by the movie they just barely said I love you to each other. They've been involved for a couple months. Why are they now a known couple at the newspaper? That's a little rushed. But I think this is a fantastic direction to take. All of the nods to the classic Superman from 1978. Oh, the way they did the title and the way that they did the credits with the rainbow shimmer behind. Oh, man. Sorry about that, camera died. These highs feel grand, and the music and the way the characters treat them reflect that. I think that this is a great way to start the new wave of superhero movies. And I haven't even looked at the box office. It's been out for a while now. I hope it does well, because I want to see more of this. And I want more of the DC universe in movies. Man, it's been a while since anyone's thought that. Well, just thought I'd let you know what I watched, and I'll catch you guys later.